just because I asked a friend about her, and just because I spoke her name somewhere, just because I rang her number by mistake today, Hey Charlene, can you bring me another glass, sugar? This one here's got a bug or something in it. I don't know, it looks like a fly. Hey, welcome to Backroads America. This is the 4th episode, and my name is John Mark Davis, and this show is intended to give you my perspective on country music in little short segments. Not now, honey, wait till after the show, okay? You know, I have thought long and hard about even doing this episode of Backroads America with George Jones being the topic. Because what can anybody say about George Jones that would truly give him the honor and praise he deserves for his contributions to country music? Because frankly, I ain't heard it yet. And I also find that the media tends to be more favorable on reporting on the downfalls and the shortcomings of people. I have heard him say things like he's a country music idol, or he's Mr. Country Music, or the king of country music, and shit like that. But even that begins to start sounding a little bit superficial, you know what I mean? I mean, to begin with, if all you know of George Jones is the George Jones of the 70s, 80s, and 90s, then you have missed out on a hugely significant part of country music, and some profound country music songs. Because it's important to realize that George Jones has had a hit in every decade in the second half of the 20th century. He's had more songs on the charts than any other artist in any other format in the history of popular music. Ironically, back in the day, Hank Williams was George Jones's idol. But when George Jones's songs got released on the radio shortly after Hank Williams' death, he sang with a kind of a Hank Williams style and a rhythm, but he was more like a turbo Hank Williams. There was nothing unrefined about George Jones's voice. Raw? Maybe. But unrefined? No. I mean, just the way he would enunciate a song or a word in a song would make you feel that whole thing right to the bone. I also heard a producer one time on television trying to take credit for the way he would instruct old George to sing these songs. But brother, let me tell you this right here. You cannot teach or instruct what George Jones does to anybody. I'd like to sing a little bit of a song to try to show you what I'm talking about. This song was recorded in the early 60s called Mr. Fool. And this song don't say anything different than what has been said before. It's simply different because of the way that George Jones would sing. I'd like to take a shot at it, and it goes like this right here. I've got a feeling you'll soon be leaving, but I won't beg you not to go, for I've always been the fool to cry for you. For I know this time it's really over, for there's no happiness in store, and I will never be the fool I was before. No one can ever call me Mr. Fool no more. My tears were scattered with all the shattered dreams that faded in the past. of the song was called "You're Still on My Mind." There's no chorus in the song, and it's simply put. But it was the way that George enunciated the song that make you feel like you was right there, hopeless, lost, and drunk. And I'm gonna try to do a little bit of it for you right here. The jukebox is playing a honky-tonk song. One more I keep singing, and then I'll go home. What good does it do me? I know what I'll find. Bottle, a broken heart, and you're still on my mind. The people are laughing and having their fun, while I sit here crying over what you have done. Pockets are empty, my last drink of wine, an empty bottle, a broken heart, and you're still on my mind. I'd like to thank you for your time, America. Now you be sure and tune in to this second segment of this 4th episode of Backroads America. We'll conclude talking about the great George Jones and trying to sing a few more of his songs. So until then, you tell them where you heard it, America, and I'll see you on the back roads. Alone and forsaken, so blue I could die. I just sit here drinking till the bottle runs dry. Try and forget you,